It's a three-way dance, folks, at the top of the Turkish Super League as we enter the final few games. And today we have a big clash with Galatasaray. Hello there everybody, Dodgy Gamer here. Welcome back to the channel for episode 14 of Breaking the Big Three. And as I said in the intro, a big match today. Look at this, we're still top. We're hanging in there. We have been wobbling. I'll show you the matches in a minute. But as you can see, we're first. Trabzonspor are second. Both on 62 points, but Trabzonspor have already played this weekend. We're playing the Monday night match against Galatasaray. Galatasaray, third place on 59 points. So this is a kind of six-pointer. If Galatasaray win, then we've got three teams tied on 62 points going into the final four games. If we win, we get 3-point gap on Trabzon and a 6-point gap on Galatasaray. What makes this even more interesting is next weekend, in the next round of fixtures, Galatasaray face Trabzonspor. So this is a real must-win game for Galatasaray. Oof, the pressure is on. Now, I'm just going to show you the matches. Like I said, we have wobbled a bit. So last time we were here, we beat, in the previous episode, you saw me beat Trabzonspor and Gazişehir. We then continued with a nice little run. We're grinding the results out. We beat Sivasspor 1-0 at home. Berke Inal, the youngster, with his first senior goal. Fantastic stuff. We then ground out a result against Kayserispor. This was where I thought that our unbeaten streak was going to end, because we had Sabri Saraoğlu sent off very early in the match. However, Ranti scored a goal shortly afterwards, and then we shut it down and saw out the 1-0 win. We then had a better performance against Başakşehir. Shaban Ishak scored for the first time in ages, bagging a brace. And then a little worry at the end as we gave away a late penalty, but then Matt Mills made it safe for us again. Then there was an international break, and I thought to keep my players sharp, we'd have a friendly. I let the assistant take control. We lost that, whatever. But then, back from the break, we faced Besiktas away. So that's always going to be a tough game. Besiktas, with their bad form, they did finally sack their manager. So this was their first game under the new manager, and they got that little new manager bounce. Penalty got them the win, and again we had a man sent off. Then 0-0 at home to Bursaspor. Bursaspor were the form side. They're top of the form table at this point, although that bad start to the season has them much further down. So 0-0 I was happy with, but then this is easily our worst performance of the season. Bottom of the table, Adana Demirspor. I will admit I kind of got a bit overconfident once again, much like I did in the cup match earlier, and I rotated a lot and paid the price. That we scored the early goal, but then they were all over us in the second half, and they ended up with a 3-1 win. So that brings us to this point with Galatasaray. The strange thing is, if I just show you Trabzon and Galatasaray's matches, it's like every time we've dropped points, they've dropped points too. As you can see, Trabzonspor's form has been very patchy. They won a couple after they lost to us, but then it's like they win a couple, they lose. They win, they lose. You know, they've been very inconsistent in their form. And they just lost. They played the Friday match. They had a chance to go top, and they screwed it up. They lost. Galatasaray, well, they've been playing in the cup, so that's been keeping them busy. They also lost, like last weekend, to Konyaspor. They had a chance to put the pressure on, and they slipped up. So everyone's kind of throwing it away at the moment. So anyway, let's get straight into the match. There's a couple of other things I want to show you with the dynamics and stuff, but we'll do that between matches. So here we go, away to Galatasaray, one of the biggest matches of the season. Galatasaray, of course, are favourites. They're pretty much always going to be favourites at home. So we've gone with our 4-1-4-1 formation. It's served as well in the other games where we've been up against it this season. So we got the Hoff in goal, Cheetos and Claro in the centre of defence. Sabri's back in the team. I figured, he'll do the job against his old club, hopefully. And Attila at left back. Kajar, Issa and Badi in the centre of the park. Milinkovic and Berke Inal. He's been playing well of late, so he's in the team ahead of Holtman. Ranti up front. Let's do this. Alright, so warm up well, boys. This is a big match. A draw I'd be very happy with a draw here, to be honest. So let's see, Galatasaray lining up with a 4-3-3. I haven't seen them play that before, so that's quite narrow. So we'll be looking for Berke, Inal and Milinkovic to exploit the wings a bit. Okay, what do we tell the team here? We're underdogs and that suits us down to the ground. Yeah, let's go with that. So, yeah, some of the boys look delighted. I don't want to play around with this too much. So, tunnel interview. Everything is in your hands as you stand. Handstand. Can you go on and become Super League champions? We'll have to wait and see. Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything to say about that. Okay, let's just see what we can do here. Obviously, the Turk Telecom Arena will be packed for this match. Very noisy atmosphere, no doubt, even though I've got the volume muted in the game. And let's see, early attack from Galatasaray, but luckily the header doesn't go anywhere dangerous. Okay, they've got a guy who's down to 83% already. Makes me wonder if they started someone a bit tired. Oh, go away, thank you. Hate it when that happens. Okay, bit of patient build-up from us. Berke Inal, come on, get the cross in. Okay, right idea, but easily picked up by the defender. Watch out for the counter-attack, boys. Okay, Galatasaray just keep getting the ball back. They're obviously exploiting the middle quite a bit. Oh, and that's come through to Feghouli. Interesting name. Alright, but he can't convert the chance. Okay, Galatasaray again. Oh, Azmoun is through. But again, I think he took that shot a bit too early. He probably could have run a bit further into the box there. But okay, the players are composed at the moment. We haven't created much, but that's to be expected. Let's just tell them to concentrate, and just as I choose that, Galatasaray score. This is exactly what we were afraid of. Okay, so now that means we have to get a goal to tie this up. Like I was saying, I'd be happy with a draw that would put a bit of daylight between us and Trabzonspor, keep Galatasaray 3 points back, and then if they are to draw with each other next week, that would be fantastic. Okay, good stuff. Out to Berke Inal. He whips the cross in. Good. Attila's picked it up. But he's given it away, and now we've got no one on that left flank. And what was the central defender doing there? Whew, he just let his man get away from him far too easily, but the Hoff was equal to it. Okay, Issa, that's it. You get to the ball first. Let's look for that quick counter-attack. So we got it to Badi. Ranti knocks it out to Milinkovic. Oh, do we get nothing there, referee? I suppose he did get the ball, but now we've got the corner. Okay, Ranti, what are you going to do with it? Out to Inal. And Inal with the shot. Oof, great save from the keeper. That's why I kept Berke Inal, the 17-year-old, in the side for this one. But a quick Galatasaray counter-attack. It's real kind of end-to-end stuff. And they've scored the second. Okay, looks like we're getting back-to-back defeats for the first time this season. Not a great time for that to happen. Unless if we can get something from this and go in 2-1 down at half-time, but 3-0 would be awful. Okay. Definitely getting through the middle a bit too easily. Alright, so we're going to the half 2-0 down. I'm going to have to tell them that they have not been good enough. Come on, much better showing we want in the second half. Particularly from you, Ranti. I know you're isolated up front, but a 6.3 in this kind of match just isn't going to cut it. Anyway, I'll hold off on any subs for now. Okay, good. We've started off positively here. Oh, come on, Ranty. It's out to Becky. Inal. Go on. He's going to cross. His crosses just aren't quite getting far enough today. Baddie knocks one in, but Muslera is equal to it. It's a good start, so we're going to encourage them from there. Nope. The computer's thinking about that. Very slowly. Okay, now we've got them encouraged. Ranty's dropping further, I think. We'll let this highlight play, and then I'm going to have to take Ranty off. We'll bring on Shaban Ishuk. Okay, we survived there. Let's make that sub now. Right, where are you, Shaban? Get on there. Work your magic. I'll encourage them again. Okay, Galatasaray have been a bit quieter in the second half. It's a big ask to get 2 goals back away from home against Galatasaray, though. Anyway, let's let this one play out, and then... Okay, good play by the Hoff. Right, time to make some tactical changes. Right, I'm saying we start to exploit the flanks more than the middle. Gonna look for that overlap from the full-backs. Gonna go a bit more direct. So we've got high tempo. So we're looking for quick counter-attacks now. Close down their keeper as well. Alright, let's see what that gets us. Probably gets us into trouble. And any other subs to make at this point? I mean, Adjer's probably going to be if I put him onto more of a support wing-back role. Same for Sabri. Alright, let's see what that does. Hopefully something positive. Okay, Yusuf, get to the ball. Good job. He hoofs it up. He's got the right idea. Shaban is the big tall guy after all. Okay, still nothing. Shaban, shall I stick him onto an attacking target man, because that's his most natural position. I'm going to move Milinkovic up. Make him an inside forward. Actually, I'm going to bring on Holtman. That's my final sub. Swap him over with Milinkovic. Make them both inside forwards. And hopefully that's going to give us something. Okay, this is late for this kind of stuff, but we're going to go very fluid. Swap these guys around a bit, put Baddie into that position. We'll make him an advanced playmaker. We're going to make Issa the line playmaker, and we're going to push Sabri and Yusuf into a complete wing-back role, and let's just hoof it into the box, pump ball into the box, shoot on sight. Back to early crosses. Come on. I did all those changes for 3 minutes. It's probably going to result in very little. But let's see if we can win the ball back here and go up the other end. Come on, Genclerbirligi, you can do it. Come on, boys. Oof. Okay, I forgot to tell them to push forward. Stream forward. That's it. Holtman plays it up to Shaban. Shaban into Baddie, and Baddie, Mr. Sitter. That could have set up a tense finish. As it is, it's going to be a Galatasaray win. It's probably going to end there. 2-0 to Galatasaray. I mean, not surprising. We did at least come back into it in the second half. We had a few more chances, so we went down swinging, even if We didn't go down winning, but then we wouldn't be going down, would we? Anyway. Well, let's have a look at the table then. Yeah, so that puts Galatasaray into second. This is going to be a tight finish to the season. 3 teams on 62 points. And as I said, in the next round of matches, what have we got? We play Antalyaspor, and look at that. Trabzonspor at home to Galatasaray. So we need to win that early kickoff next weekend. And we're going to be coming back for that match after we fade to black. Welcome back. So just before we get into the match with Antalyaspor, as I mentioned, I'm going to take a quick look at dynamics. Now, as you can see, it's all still green, so that's good. It is a bit lower than it has been throughout the rest of the season. Managerial support is excellent, no worries there. Dressing room atmosphere, those dropped quite a bit to average, and the match cohesion, that's dropped a little bit as well. Now, Polytechnic, he's been a long-standing problem, but he's out of contract and he's out of the team completely at the moment, so soon we won't have to worry about him. The Hoff is waiting for a new contract, and Bostan wants to go out on loan. I can't do anything about that until the summer, and the Hoff, I promised to speak to him in the summer. Matt Mills. Now this is a problem. He has gone public with his unhappiness. Now this is one of those. At first I thought this was a nice little feature in the game when they added this. Players coming up to you saying, I think I deserve a new contract because I'm a better player than I was when I first signed the deal. And when I first saw that in the game, talking about maybe a player at the end of the second year of a 4-year contract, and you think, yeah, fair enough, that's true, you've developed as a player, or a player who's like 21, 22, perhaps signed the contract when they were 19, and has developed a bit. Matt Mills, at the time he came to speak to me, he'd been with us since late August. So he'd been with us when he first came asking about a contract, 6 months. I managed to stall him, got the senior players to speak to him. And then he came back again, and he says he deserves a new contract because he's a much better player than he was when he signed the contract. And you signed the contract like 8 months ago. Plus you're 32. You're 32. You're not going to improve. You're past your peak. And, okay, you're on a first-team contract, but you are not an automatic first-team pick. There's nothing this guy's done to make me think he's deserved a contract. And certainly for him to come and saying he's a much better player than he was, that's just ridiculous. So I told him to get lost. One player supported him. Most of them were indifferent, and most of the other defenders said that they didn't think he deserved a new contract. But I did notice after that the dressing room atmosphere started to decline, so I'm blaming Matt Mills for anything that goes wrong from here. And just because I'm annoyed with him, I'm firmly keeping him on the bench these days. Okay, so we're home to Antalyaspor. We're favourites, so we're switching to 4-3-3 for this one. I've gone with Shaban up front this time and dropped Renty. Now that's another one. Renty, he got a 6.2 in that game against Galatasaray. Now throughout this season, I've been speaking to Renty when he's had a quiet game or a poor game, and when he's had good games, and he's always responded well. He got a 6.2. I told him you weren't effective enough leading the line. He told me to go to the opticians. He said he's been fantastic. And I was only criticising the one game. So I had a bit of an argument with him, and he's on the bench today. Inal is dropped because we're going with the more advanced positions and the inside forward, which he isn't really suited to. So Hoff in goal, Cheetos and Claro in the centre again. Ahmet comes in. He's just a bit fitter than Sabri at the moment, and Attila is on the left. Kaja, Guidelay and Issa in the middle, so Baddy's benched for this one. Milinkovic and Hoffman in their inside forward positions. Shaban up front. We need to get back to winning ways. We need to send out a message to Trabzon and Galatasaray. The other thing which I haven't mentioned is next weekend's match away to Fenerbahce. So that's another tough game. So we really need to win and open up some daylight here. So yes, let's end the poor run of form. What? Attila Turan and switched off. Oh, we're going to have to try and rescue this with some targeted talks. Okay, that's better. Well, why is Gerrit Holtman looking delighted that I've spoken to the defence? I'm not sure. Okay, midfielders. Come on, you've got what it takes. Good. Shabanashuk. Come on, son. Show me what you've got. Alright. So both teams are in poor form. Yes, we have to show that we want this more than they do. Alright then. In front of a nowhere near bumper home crowd. Nice sunny afternoon in April. Come on, Genç there. I'm going to encourage you. But we start with an Antalyaspor attack, which we do not want to see. Okay, they've knocked in the cross, but we've dealt with it. Good. Holtman's picked it up, and he's on a run. He knocks it out. Shaban, beautiful control there. Let's see who can pick it up in the middle. Shaban's still out on the wing. Knocked back to Kajar in the centre. Okay, through to Holtman. Oh, he had the right idea. The defence just read it. Now Attila with the cross. And Guidele to Holtman! Yes! 5 minutes in, we're 1-0 up. This is more like it. This is my team. We've got 1 point from our last 4 games. That's terrible. So, finally, we've taken the lead. Okay, and the encourage thing has just come up. Alright. Good. Antalyaspor haven't created anything yet. Pretty even possession-wise, but the important statistic is this one up here, the goals. But in terms of chances, it's been all us as well. Okay, come on. Come on, Genç there. Let's rob this ball off him. Snuff this attack. Nip it in the bud. Oh, we got lucky there. But I think the Hoff had it covered. Okay, Milinkovic is going to knock this one into Holtman. And Cheetos with the goal. Is that his first for the club? Yes, it is. The centre-back came up. Yeah, because that's almost in a corner position, isn't it? Oh, he had so much time there to chest the ball down and then just stroke it in. Lovely stuff. Let's praise them. All right. It's only 5 minutes to half time, so I won't worry about big heads too much. Good stuff, Cheetos. All over the place, in a good way. And now we get it. Issa is leading us on the break. Great ball through to Shaban. Oof, the defender made a hash of it. Shaban hit it first time, but hits it wide. All right, come on. Let's keep this at 2-0 going into the break. We don't want to let Antalyaspor score just before half time. Okay, good stuff from Claro. But they've got one back. I'm going to be asked about that, aren't I, in the press conference afterwards. No game-changing goal. Unless we make it 3-1. Right here. Come on. Come on, boys. Shaban. Oof. Good effort. Alright, got to be happy with that. I mean, this is a little bit disappointing that they managed to get one back, so what do we tell them here? You've played well, but there's still room for improvement. Shaban, definitely from you. You need to be a lot better. You've got what it takes, or I'm not happy. And you've got what it takes. He's been motivated by that. Good. Defense, come on. Give me a thumbs up. There's a lot more to come from you. Good. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. Come on, boys. Let's close this game out. A third goal just to kill off... Ooh, Cheetos getting a bit rough there. Third goal, just kill off any Antalyaspor lingering hopes of a comeback. Milinkovic gets it in. Okay, Shaban drops deep. He's going to send this back in. Claro, no, Claro lost it. Okay, watch out for the quick counter here, boys. Oh no, Nasri is through, but the Hoff was equal to it. Whew. Okay, come on. Let's get a quick counter off this corner. Oh, the Hoff throws himself at that one. That's the kind of player we want in our team. Okay, it's getting to the point where Oh, my strikers are out of form. I'm going to have to take Shaban off, I think. He's just not doing it. Oh, what? I mean, Shaban. Great. Stay on, mate. Perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. Nicely worked corner. Yeah, Holtman knocks it, or takes it wide, knocks in the cross. Shaban's just there, simple. Toe poke past the keeper. Great poacher's goal. Okay, let's have a look. I'm looking at anyone who's kind of flagging a bit, and that appears to be Milinkovic. I mean, he is one of our better players. He's been consistently good throughout the season, but I think we'll have to bring him off. And then I'm going to bring on Yusuf Ajer, because Attila Turan's on a yellow, and he's dropped to 71%. So fresh legs there on the left flank. Come on, boys, concentrate. Do not let this get to 3-2. Come on, boys. Don't do this to me. Come on, Antalyaspor, you've got nothing to play for. You don't need to be chasing this game. Come on. Ooh. Okay. What else do we do for a sub here? I mean, my midfield is pretty knackered. So we're going to bring Baddy on for Isa. I'm going to give it a few more minutes before I start going defensive, because they might score here and then I'm going to have to go attacking. Alright. Let's give it a couple more minutes. Let the subs come on. Okay, now's the time, I think. I'm going to drop back to standard. We'll be flexible for now. Ahmet, you can, and Yusuf, do a defensive fullback job. Baddy, you're now going to be a deep line playmaker. Alright. Yeah, we just want to keep the ball as much as possible. I don't think we need to be closing down their keeper too much. Alright. Come on, 5 minutes to go, boys. Concentrate. Good, good. We're running down the clock. We're running down the clock. Antalyaspor have a late free kick. The Hoff collects it. Take your time. Take your time, Hoff. Take your time. Alright. There we go. We've got the win. 3-2. Back to winning ways. Finally. Whew. Okay. So I'm going to tell them that it was a good win. Good. Everyone's happy. Hopefully that's going to boost those dynamics back up a little bit ahead of that tough game away to Fenerbahce. So, okay, we'll just quickly do the press conference, and then I just want to show you the Galatasaray Trabzon results so we can see what kind of run-in we're going to have. Okay, so we've secured Europa League qualification. Okay, our run of form in November, whenever that was. Well, it was November, obviously. That helped. Gerald Holtman, yes, I'm extremely happy with him. Early goal is a bonus. Great. Yeah, Gerald Holtman was terrific. Alright, that's all they wanted to ask me about. So we've qualified for the Europa League. Good stuff. Now, let's see, we're still in contention for the Champions League. We're still in contention for the title. There's still work to be done. Let's see what happens in the other matches today. Okay, why isn't it showing me those matches? They haven't played yet. Alright. Okay, come on. Let's have a look. So, Bursaspor got a win. Sivasspor, Alanyaspor, Bor draw. And the TV game tonight. Ooh, look at that. Trabzonspor have beaten Galatasaray 4-3. So it's us and Trabzonspor in the driving seat. We're ahead of Trabzonspor based on the fact that we've got 4 points off them this season. Fenerbahce away is our next game, so the pressure's going to be on, because if we're likely to drop points there, then we've got to see who... Well, let's just have a look at how that match played out. So, ooh, 82nd minute, they made it 4-3. So, early... Wow, Galatasaray went 2 up. Then Trabzonspor went 3-2 up, then 3-3, and then a late winner for Trabzonspor. So let's have a look at Trabzon's remaining games. So Trabzon, they do not have a tough run in at all. 2 home games, home to Gazişehir, Kayserispor on the final day of the season, away to Sivasspor. And let's have a look at Galatasaray's run in. Okay, so they're home to Antalyaspor, away to Gazişehir, and look at that, their final day of the season, away to Fenerbahce. Okay, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. You'll join me again for the last 2 games of our season. So that will be, we've got 2 easy games to finish with. We've just got to get through this Fenerbahce game first. So we're going to come back for those final 2 games of the season. Can we do it? Can we win the title? Can we get that Champions League place? Well, I'm Dodgy Gamer. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure you get that notification to watch the finale to this season. See you next time.